All right. Corona time. Nah, I'm joking. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Wanted to give y'all an update. I decided to get my car serviced, and I said, oh, I haven't done an update on my ownership on the car. So basically, I wanted to talk about what it's like to maintain an exotic car for over a period of time, meaning over 3 years, because depending on how old the car is, depending on the type of car you get, if you're into classics, if you're into new cars, it's different, right? So, you know, I have a particular Maserati Granturismo. I have an MC, sports edition, carbon fiber, everything, race pieces. It's just a beautiful car. And one of the things about it is when it's time to get serviced, there's the annual service, and then there's like stuff you can get done. So this particular trip, I came to the dealership to get the annual and for them to check a couple things on the car. In them checking, we were able to discover a leak, a gasket leak. And the gasket leak turned out to be pretty interesting. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So I wanted to go through it with you. But while they service it, I'm going to just show you guys a couple clips. There's some pretty dope cars here in the service area, so we're gonna go take a look at a couple of the cars, and by the time we're done taking a look at those cars, we should be done, and I should be right back to this seat giving you guys the actual numbers. Should be interesting. All right, y'all, see you in a couple. Okay, we are back. We have the numbers, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do this in a way, because it is bright. So I'm gonna try to set this up, set the stage, as some will say, right? So that you guys can take a look at the damage, all right? And then take a look at the final balance, and then I will show you guys what we're looking at here. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers here. All right, we are ready. Here we go, people. Here we go. All right, let me see if I can get this going. All right, we should be good now. Okay, so first things first. Okay, let's take a look. So we got our seasonal customer state perform seasonal service. So it's once a year. Okay, you get the service done if you own an exotic car. Now I know for this particular car, I have every year I come in around the same time and I get the work done. So any little things I get done too. So let's take a look here. So to do the seasonal, it is, we had $14.35. Then we had some oil filter stuff. That was 61. Then we have some pollen filter. That was 139. Then we have spray, 34. ATF. We have shell, brake fluid. You guys can see here. Bulk. Then we have the wiper set. Okay. So our labor is $14.35. Our parts, $7. That brought us to a grand total of $21.92. Then there was a knob that broke, okay, in the car, in the front seat, and I wanted to get it replaced. So that was $113 added to the bottom line there, right? So then we found the leak. And the leak, to get that fixed, okay, let's take a look. Let's zone in here. Okay, so replacing leaking valve cover gaskets, okay? So as you guys can see here, we have both the right side and the left side. I want you guys to take a look at the prices there. The parts cost me maybe $300. Maybe $300. As you guys can see, right? The labor, $23.88. So when we get to our grand total, $4,983.23. Okay? So labor, $3,800 pretty much. Parts, $1,100. Bringing us to the grand total including taxes. That's right, people. To get my car serviced and to fix this gasket leak, I have to pay that. As you guys can see, paid. Right? That's what happened. So I want to talk to you guys about that. For those of you who are looking to purchase your exotic car and you're saying to yourself, hey, you know, Chris, I want to own one. I'd like to own a exotic car. I think it'll be good for my business. It'll be good for this, or maybe it's a dream of yours. What I'd like to tell you is something my father taught me before I bought my first luxury car. It doesn't matter. This is years ago. He said, Chris, you're not buying a car. When you get a car, you're buying what it comes with. You're buying the maintenance first. Then everything else is after, because the maintenance is what you have to deal with if something go wrong. While everyone sees your car and they're like, ooh, it's nice, it's beautiful, oh my gosh, I'd love to have that car, right? People do that. You're the one that after a couple months, a year, two, whatever of ownership, you're maintaining the vehicle. So you better love it to put that type of money. So someone say, well, Chris, why would you spend that type of money? Because one, it's an exotic car, so everything is obviously different. You say, well, Chris, find a hookup guy. That's what somebody told me the other day. So I said, so you want me to take this car to a hookup guy, and when it's time for me to resell the car, right? I want you guys to think about it. If you were gonna buy a older car out of warranty, because typically most people's dream cars are not the cars that are on the road today, right? Because those weren't the cars that you grew up on. So there's some older model cars you're looking at that may be out of warranty that you want to grab. Well, if you're going to do that, I believe more importantly, what helps with the resale value is the car history. You know, was the car getting serviced at the dealership, or was the car being serviced by a random person? Because if the car was only serviced at the dealership, it helps with your resale. So when you buy these cars, you want to think to yourself, if you're going to keep this car, all right, it's different. You can take a chance on certain things breaking, things like that. But if you're planning to sell the car at some point, you're going to have to bite the bullet, and you will it'll help you when it comes to the resale of your car. So one, when you buy a car, I like to say have, you know, at least 10%, maybe 20% of what you actually paid for the car aside, and that should pretty much cover you through wear and tear. You think about it, if you bought a Lamborghini that was $110,000 or $130,000, you know, if you had 20% put aside, so you got about $25,000 put aside. That should cover you for a good chunk of the time, especially if you get a good model, right? You get a car that has its checkups, everything is done, and then you're just going to be dealing with the wear and tear after. If you can do that, you'll be covered. If you think that you take that concept with any car that you buy, hey, have about 20% put aside for wear and tear. Okay, if you're in warranty, you're good. Don't even bother. Make sure that you're straight. Try to get an extended warranty. But once the warranty is over, make sure you go for that 20% rule. That's my rule of thumb. So when things like that happen, I've already catered for it. Even though you don't expect it to happen, I've had no problems with this car in the entire couple years that I've had it. I've done annual maintenances, I've done rallies with this car, and I can say that it's the best car. It has truly lived up to the dream car for me. So is it worth it to put it in? Yeah, but if I do decide to sell it, I know that I'll be getting the top dollar for it because I followed the criteria. So that's something else I can tell you guys on how to do in another video. If you guys are interested in that stuff, let me know. I'll take the time to do that. You know, how you can really prepare yourself to make your money back on your cars. Don't believe the hype of, you know, you're not going to make money on cars, or cars are just appreciating assets. Not all cars. So you can buy so that those cars can actually make you money as well in a couple different ways. So on that note, guys, I hope this video was able to give you guys some value, give you guys an idea for those of you that want to buy a Granturismo MC Sport one day, or an exotic car. Just know that the parts aren't the problem, it's the labor. But when it's time for resale, you're gonna see that number come back to get you. So that's the idea. All right, guys? So have a blessed one. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.